You are listening to Dangerous Things, Book 3 of the Bloodbound series, by Amy Blankenship and R.K. Melton. Read to you by K.B. Stanford.
Chapter 1. Envy bustled around her bedroom, packing some of her things into her black leather suitcase. She stopped and glared at her brother when she noticed he was unpacking her stuff every time she turned her back to get more. He'd been breathing down her neck since she came home, and she was starting to get really frustrated with him. "Stop it," Envy snapped as she jerked a handful of clothes away from him and threw them back into the suitcase. She tossed her long red hair over her shoulder and shot him a warning glare. "But moving out? You've only known him, what, a week? Are you sure this is what you want to do?" Chad repeated like a mantra. "The answer is still the same, Chad," Envy informed him in a steady voice, wondering how many times she'd have to say it before he actually heard her. She locked gazes with him and, treating him like a dim-witted child, she said the words very slowly. "I want to move in with Devin, and that's exactly what I'm going to do." "How can you be sure that a week or month from now he won't find some other girl and dump you?" Chad demanded desperately. "He won't." She continued packing, trying to block out the nagging feeling that she was abandoning her brother. He was a grown man, for crying out loud, and a cop to boot. "You don't know that for sure. I mean, he dances in that club half naked every night, and you'll be stuck behind the bar serving drinks to perverts!" Chad exclaimed, ready to start pulling his hair out. What he really wanted to do was scream at her for getting involved in something so dangerous. With someone so dangerous. Envy stopped packing and looked up at her only sibling, whom she loved dearly, but was getting ready to throttle. 1, I do know for sure. 2, he might be half naked, but he looks great that way. 3, I'll get to dance with him in the cage. And 4... She leaned closer, as if parting with a dirty little secret. You really need to get laid. Chad glared down at his sister. "I do not need to get laid," he growled when she cocked an eyebrow at him. "Yes, you do." She jerked open a drawer and grabbed a handful of skimpy lingerie. "No, I don't." Chad slammed the suitcase shut before she could add them to what he prayed was only a huge overnight bag. "Yes, you do." Envy shook the lingerie in his face as if to make a point. "No, I don't." He jerked them out of her hand. "No, you don't." She narrowed her eyes angrily. "Yes, I do." Chad paused, then punched the fistful of lingerie in the air. "Damn it!" Devin was in the living room, leaning against the wall with his ankles crossed and his hands in his jean pockets, trying not to laugh his ass off. Their arguing reminded him so much of his relationship with his own loving siblings. He could tell Chad really did care about Envy, and because of that, he wouldn't stand between them. Chad was doing what he did best. He was being a big brother to one spitfire of a redhead. Nope, he wouldn't stop them, but he'd pay good money to just watch. Devin laughed out loud, then tried to cover it up with a fake cough. Someone knocked on the door, and his ice-blue eyes narrowed, wondering who the hell would be visiting the siblings before dawn. "Devin, could you get that for me?" Chad called out. "Sure," Devin answered, and pushed away from the wall before moving toward the entrance. Opening the door, he couldn't help but smirk at the surprised look on Trevor's face. "Hello, Trevor. Long time no see." As promised, Trevor had come to talk with Chad about what he'd seen at the church. The last thing he'd expected was for Devin Santos to open the door. Unable to control
Sample complete. Ready to continue?